most famous of the desert monks was Anthony. In about 270 AD, at the age of 20, he sold all of his possessions, gave his money to the poor, and retired to a solitary cave to lead a life of prayer and meditation. Anthony's reputation encouraged others to do the same thing, and many caves were inhabited near him. Anthony never organized his followers into a community, but instead, they all practiced the monastic lives of hermit monks. By the time he died in about 356 AD, thousands of monks had been drawn to the Egyptian desert following Anthony's example. His biographer wrote, "The desert had become a city."
History reveals that Anthony and the Desert Fathers went on to have a major influence on the development of Christianity. In fact, all of Christian monasticism stems from the Egyptian example in some way. Basil the Great, Archbishop of Cappadocia, was the great organizer of the monastic movement in Asia Minor. He visited Egypt around 357 AD and learned from the Desert Fathers. His monastic style is followed by the Eastern Orthodox churches. Jerome came to Egypt in the late 4th century. He was greatly impacted by the desert monks and left details of his experiences in his letters. As a result, Jerome lived in a hermit's cave in Bethlehem for nearly 2 decades while translating the Bible into Latin. And Benedict, the founder of what would be known as the Benedictine order within the Western Church of the 6th century, also based his monastic community on the Egyptian model. Benedict just added work to his idea of spiritual isolation.
By the end of the 6th century, there were hundreds of monasteries and thousands of caves scattered throughout the Egyptian desert. A great number of these monasteries are still used today.
This is the monastery of St. Anthony, hidden deep in the Red Sea Mountains, about 200 miles southeast of Cairo. It is considered the oldest monastery in the world.
Started in the 4th century by followers of Anthony, St. Anthony's Monastery continues to be an active Coptic Orthodox site.
In 2002, the Egyptian government and the Coptic Church started an 8-year project to restore a number of ancient structures here. They renovated the epic walls around the monastery, the monks' living quarters, and the 2 main churches, the Church of St. Anthony and the Church of the Holy Apostles.
The Church of St. Anthony is the oldest church in the monastery, with the original structure dating back to the 4th century. This church contains some of the most incredible wall paintings, most of which date to the 13th century. Almost 800 years of dirt and smoke made this artwork unrecognizable until painstaking restoration once again revealed the images, colors, and details. The wall paintings at the Monastery of St. Anthony are now considered the best collection of iconographic art from medieval Egypt.